We all know that verse, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. We know that by heart. And we often take that verse to mean if we believe in Jesus, we will not go to hell, we will go to heaven and have eternal life. And that is true. But there is also another aspect to this verse. What does it mean for something to perish? If you get a kg of vegetables and then you keep it for a week without using it, after a few days those vegetables will start to rot and they will become useless. When that happens, you will say the vegetables have perished. So we need to understand perishing in that term also. God does not want our life to become useless. Just existing, not really living. Not flourishing. Not contributing. But I don't know how it is in our Mao area. But in Nagaland, there are so many lives that are perishing like that. Young people who are just there doing nothing. No meaning, no purpose, nothing to do. That is not God's will. And I truly believe that believing and trusting in Jesus gives meaning in life. And it makes our life purposeful. This morning, I want to share with you a few things. It will not necessarily be from the Word of God, but it won't be against the Word of God, I assure you. But as my younger brothers and sisters, some of you my nephews and nieces, I want to share with you certain tips towards living a life of excellence. A life of fulfillment. Our theme is to excel in Christ. And these are things that I've learned along the way in my life. I did not get these tips by reading a book. I learned this in one sense on my own and also watching other people and also trying to apply these things in my own life. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not saying that I'm able to apply these principles fully. I fail many times. But there are still guiding principles. And I hope you will get something this morning from this. So number one, what does it mean or what does it require to live an excellent life? I'll give it in simple words. One word. Number one is calling. Find your calling in life. Oh, then the question is, what is calling? Well, if you don't believe in God, then you don't have a caller. But if you believe in God, and if there is a God who exists, then God is the ultimate caller. And the fact of the matter is, God is calling all of us individually to Himself, first of all. To live a life that is totally surrendered to Him. Saint Augustine, he said, "Oh God, you have made us for yourself." Saint Augustine, and our hearts are restless until they find their rest in you. And it is true. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how much you have, whatever it is that you are doing, your heart will be restless until you find your rest in God. And after God calls us to Himself, He calls us to something, to do something. Something that only you can do. And when you find that, you truly find fulfillment. I can honestly say that I have found my calling. I can honestly say that I have found my calling. I grew up in a family that was very, very privileged. I think Reverend Koda yesterday was mentioning about my great-grandfather. He was a reverend, the first reverend among the Angamis. Reverend Koda so I'm a fourth generation Christian. But after my great-grandfather, his children, grandchildren, no one was really in ministry. They had their own callings. And I come from a political family. I come from a family of administrators. My grandfather was an IAS officer. My uncle, both sides were IAS officers. My father was an IAS officer. My uncles were political leaders. But there was no one in ministry. And there was no one in medicine, or there was no doctors.
Doctor Macacra, Doctor Macadiwa, don't know, Jiragochulas, I doctor listening.
And I was doing okay in studies.
I Svano Lar,
I suppose I could have become a doctor.
I know Doctor Kalisola Molora Muchore.
Or if not a doctor, maybe go into the civil services again.
Doctor Moreza, civil service, IS,
But when I was 16, after appearing metric, my life went wrong.
And I moved to Chachoropraku or Metric Paku, choose
I don't know how it is here, but in Nagaland, you appear your metric in February or so.
February metric
And March, April, or May, the results are declared.
March, April, and May, no results.
So you have a couple of months on your own. And in school, you are always regimented and controlled.
School is only
But after metric, you are suddenly let loose and you are free. So in school, I was really regimented.
School
But after metric, I went wrong. I messed up my life. I thought metric was the highest degree in the world. As a 16-year-old, I felt I have arrived in life. And I got into bad company. Or maybe I was bad company to other people, I don't know.
Okay, I know some here know
And man, my life went horribly wrong for 3 years. And during those days, I had everything. My parents, they loved me, they were worried for me, but they still cared for me, and I knew that, and they provided for me whatever I needed. And I had friends always with me. I'm an only son. And I surrounded myself with friends. And we were always together like that duck that, there's a kind of duck that is always together in a group. And we got into trouble, we created trouble all over Kohima town. And we had our girlfriends too. And they loved us too. And then on the outside I was happy. But deep down I knew my life was not right. And I knew my life had no meaning and purpose. But one night in a meeting like this in 1992, the preacher preached. Gave the altar call. And I remember I was the first person to respond. And I knelt down. And I said, here's my life. Take my life. And that night, the Lord Jesus saved me. But that night, the Lord Jesus also commissioned me.
As well, this is because no, I munluta say.
And I heard God. I did not hear him audibly, but I know I heard God.
I know my ship quickly to talk to you not this one. Lipeno, I ever said, so I smart.
Telling me you will serve me in full-time Christian ministry. And since then, I've been in ministry.
As it is, no, I like today.
And I stumble and I fall even today, horribly.
I got to go to Pimahala, Duburu, Makanitsu, Vocativo,
But deep down, I know I've found my calling.
And now I to Leslie, I Julie, I couldn't as a Sunday to Sumatro.
It is very important to find your calling.
So don't need Kokolo to Jonas, I take what to Sumatro.
And the only way you can find your calling, your purpose, is to know your caller. God created you. And it is God who knows his purpose for you. The one who created this microphone knows the purpose of this microphone. The one who created that camera knows why that camera is created. It is the same. And not just that, the one who purchases knows why he or she is purchasing something. And the Bible says that God not only created us, but he also purchased us. Find your calling in life. Secondly, collaboration. Once you realize that you are collaborating with God, you will find meaning in life. The amazing thing about the Bible, the amazing thing about God is this. Every time God has something important to do in this world, he always uses human beings. It is always humans. Right from the beginning, he created Adam and Eve. Why? To tend the world, to tend the garden. The world had to be tended, so he creates humans. The world goes wrong because of sin. But in order to set the world to right, what does he do? He calls Abraham, and then he sends Abraham. The Israelites, they go into slavery in Egypt, and in Egypt they are in bondage and they are suffering.
Israel
and from their bondage they cry out to God. And God says, I have seen the misery of my people. Their cry has reached my ear. I am coming down to help them. You read Exodus. God says, I am coming down to help them. And then next he says Moses, he calls Moses and he sends Moses. You are the one. Again and again he uses human beings. To collaborate with him. Ultimately he himself comes down. But again, how does he come down as a man? It is not just religious activities like this, preaching or praying or praise and worship. If you understand your calling as collaborating with God, that will give you excellence and meaning in life. In fact, I'll tell you this. Almost all the heroes and heroines of the Bible were not religious people, full-time ministry people. They were people in secular jobs. You take Daniel. He was in the Indian Babylonian service. Oh, no, not Indian. Babylonian administrative service. Joseph was in the Egyptian administrative service. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego same. Nehemiah was a social reformer. Moses was a liberator. Joshua was a general. Peter was a fisherman. Paul was a philosopher. Jesus was a carpenter. Esther was a beauty queen. Mary was a simple girl. David was a poet and a musician. He was a commander. He was a judge. He was a king. But what does the Bible say about him? It says David served the purpose of God in his generation. God wants to use you to serve His purpose in your generation. Many of us will live in the past, in the glory of our forefathers or forebears. Or we complain about their failures. Many of us will live only for the future, for our children or for our grandchildren. But our fathers, they served or they failed to serve the purpose of God in their generation. Our children will serve or fail to serve the purpose of God in their generation. But we must also serve the purpose of God in our generation. Whatever it is that you are doing or you are called to do it understanding it as collaborating with God. Do it as unto the Lord. There was one man, his name was Brother Andrew. He lived in the 16th century. He wanted to come closer to God. And so he went to the monastery just to pray and just to read the Bible and just to come closer to God. But even in the monastery, with all his Bible reading and prayer and all the religious activities, he just could not did not feel closer to God.
And Bible pro Mao Ram him much
Finally, in the monastery, he was given a duty. And that duty was to work in the kitchen as a servant. For 15 years, his duty was in the kitchen only. And he thought to himself, I want to come closer to God, and they have sent me to the kitchen. But suddenly he realized, whatever I do, I will do it to the glory of God. So when he was peeling potatoes, he would do it to the glory of God. He even said, I would even pick up a straw to the glory of God. And then suddenly his life changed. He found new peace. He found joy. Then not just him, other people, they saw him. And they asked him, there's something different about you. What is it that you are doing that differently? Why are you more joyful than us? And he said, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing it. Everything that I do it to the glory of God. Then from outside, people started writing letters to him. People started coming to the monastery just to learn from him. Not all of us will become IAS officers or IPS officers. Not all of us will become doctors or engineers. Not all of us will become rich and popular. But all of us can serve the purpose of God. Even a stonework, even as a carpenter, you can do it to the glory of God in collaboration with God. Third, cause. Cause. C-A-U-S-E. Yeah, cause. Live for a cause that is bigger than you. This is a secret of life. And this is a secret that Jesus has given the world. Jesus said, whoever tries to keep his life will lose it. But lay down your life, live for a cause that is bigger than you, and then you will gain your life. And we hear what Jesus is saying, and we say, no, it doesn't work that way in this world. It won't work. Really? Really, it won't work? The world works exactly in that way. Jesus said, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But when it falls to the ground and dies, it bears much fruit. That is the basic principle of nature. Keep a grain of rice in your suitcase for the next 100 years. It will remain alone.
你可没呢？他们不干的，过来suitcase里头的，我不干的个是吧？不了不嘞。
Bury it, let it die, and then it will bear much fruit.
我记里，
Living for a cause that is bigger than us.
伊拉真能讲，哦，吃个就不是个历史目前。
Dying to ourselves.
那个时候，天气边山是边这些是个这样嘛，也是个这个什么？
Living for God.
我让每个人吃个比的呢，
Living for others.
我每个人吃个比这个这个呢。
And you will find meaning and excellence in life.
是吧？你那你个是嘞，那天你个路，每个人吃个是那天，你个是不个嘞。
Fourth,
把这个就说，
commitment.
个是他比个嘞，他比个是个 commitment。
By commitment, I just mean taking responsibility and doing your duty.
commitment 啊，这个就是你能，哎呀，我还那块，这个真的是你能说是不是啦？什么搞就那对不对？
The problem with us Nagas, I don't know if it is the same with our Mao people, but in Nagaland, the Nagas of Nagaland is when we start something, we are really excited.
没有那个什么呢？那个人没有的，正好把你说出来俩啥说出来，
And we are really pumped up.
说个就是人能说不？
We start a shop and the shop is really built beautifully.
因为呢，都把你说出来，说真的，我说没有么子可的，说不？
But after some time, it starts deteriorating.
那是这种么呢？都看历史，看大陆。
And we can't keep up.
是吧？是不？就是人呢，我们兄弟是开发大陆的呢，说了么多。
Commitment and consistency is something that we lack.
那个嘛，咱们地方我们只能说吧，咱们干过真的是一年的就没得。
But nothing really comes in life without a sense of commitment.
一年哎还说来，咱们来哪路工作，这个真的是多么的，我不个大话说的就。
Life is not easy.
不是还没什么。
It requires commitment and grit.
不是不是人都是到来里，哎还说来这样子大，说不真的是。
You have to be tough.
是那子你吃到那不那些。
You have to go through it.
是不过真的是那么不是嘛？说话大陆那些。
It is a do or die thing.
听了好是来，这说来，就是这里。
And I want to challenge you, young men in particular.
俺那你可没口那里面不怎么可没你可没反对。
Stand up.
来了，
Make yourself count.
你那你还爱干的关，这个就着了。
Be committed.
你个是必到对不？
And I applaud our women for doing very well. Our women, Naga women are doing better. And I'm sure Mao women are doing better.
哎，你到没可没啥不是，就说哎，你怎么做事情就把什么毛你怎么样是吧？什么学的。
And I know it is not a competition.
俺那时候就是还干法不就是的么？
But unless we toughen our backs a little bit and our necks a little bit,
俺那因为那个那里还挖不中，那里挖到这个就那里说了没得里。
our lives will become useless. Too many people doing nothing.
那个是怎么没把过好不是的嘞？我把这个是怎么了？什么不把这个是不的？
You come to Nagaland, you come to Dimapur. Almost all the people, the laborers are Nias or people from the mainland who are working.
因为你可不能说那个人呢，带着来地马坡来，我可以买就可以带着来，缅甸嘛，阿三不哎，比哈边那不了，我们当我们不耍的，我们把这个。
And they're working so hard, so committed and earning.
不然说，但是我是所谓说到，那说的就话是呢，个不。
And Naga men, they're wearing blankets with tiger prints or whatever, and then just sitting and doing nothing. And it aches my heart.
因那个么子六啥把命了，比较那啥把了好吧，中红那什么不是，俺这说的喂。
And I often tell young people, don't play carom board. I don't know, do you play carom board? Don't play carom board. Nagas are world champions in carom board. And I've always thought about it, in the roadside, you see people playing carom board a lot. And whole day they can be playing carom board, or whole year, some people.
such a family carom board to play.
And I will often wonder, why do Nagas love carom board so much, and why are Nagas so good in carom board?
I know, baby, Nagama had the carom board to put you, no, carom board to too much choices, Nagama, the one I have.
And I found the answer.
And all Polas
The answer is this. It is because carom board is the laziest game in the world.
I never know really carom boards.
All other games you have to flex other muscles. Carom board only this. Yeah. And you know, like you see a lot of Naga men. I don't want to put them down, but you know, you know, they are not fit in their bodies, but this one is very fit. This one, six pack. This one is family pack. No, we need to be productive. And not just one, consistently. Be consistent. Be committed, be consistent. And another one is fill yourself with content. If you really want to contribute to life, to society, you need to have content. If you don't have content, for a while you may be able to say something, contribute something, but after some time, it will become more and more shallow and light and empty. And the only way you can get content is primarily through education. Get educated. If you have left school, join again. If you have dropped college, join again. It is never too late. When I was in England, even in Oxford, there were 60-year-old people who were my classmates. I know the father of one of our colleagues. His father got his PhD at 84. 84. My colleague and I, Neil and I, we are in ministry, but we are both of us are still doing courses. And we have a very busy life. But Neil is doing a master's online. I have my own degrees, but I'm also doing another degree. Because you want to be fulfilled in life. You have to be filled. The Bible says, unless the axe is sharp, it takes more strength to cut. I really want to challenge you, young man, young woman. Get educated. Don't think it's too late. It is not too late. Start again. Finish that school. Finish that degree that you quit. Or if you have done a degree, start another degree. Or if not degrees, get into reading books. I often say, I don't think I would be a Christian today if I did not read books.
I know pa jukuso pewajo laro pomode really Christian kai so brade from a tita like home kaliso whatever no laro from provos nice solo
So fill yourself with content.
there's no ni ko shule kagoju progatuna solo
Another one, courage.
mushina so chukaji
Nothing great in life, nothing good in life, nothing significant in life comes without courage.
ni ko shule ai jia sogoju pragoju jia somreli pragoju
You know, the Greeks had courage as one of the main virtues.
Greek mayoli chukaji so pokali
And I'm increasingly thinking a lot of our problems in Nagaland, and I suppose it includes Manipur also, it is because we don't have courage anymore.
I know Mochwa ni wako kuchule chuje Nagaland at Manipur laza ile he solo chokumo kuchi chukaji ne ko da hoga no kai na mchwa.
Courage to confront reality.
Chukaji a chichu sa dewa chu pragosa dewa chu mudulu guru chu
Courage to face the problems in your life, the chaos in your life.
Ni ko shule he ko tokona taramir shra ko shule mudulu guru chukaji na prago do no.
Courage to face that thing that you don't want to face and you would rather avoid.
And you know, I saw hardly not the Gutunas, Prima Mudulu, so say, Mudukutunas.
But I want to challenge you, face it.
And now you come back to my private.
What is courage? Courage is not the absence of fear. Someone who has no fear whatsoever is not a courageous person. He's a fool. Because there are dangers out there. And for any normal human being, we have fears within. We know the dangers that are around us. But courage is the awareness and the perfect sensibility of the danger around us, but a mental willingness to face it. Be courageous. Face your demons. Confront your fears. And you will find fulfillment. Very quickly, next, conscience. Live with a sense of conscience. That still small voice that tells you don't do it. In big things, in small things, follow that voice. And when you go wrong and it tells you you have gone wrong, say sorry. Learn to be honest in life. A lot of our problems will be solved if only we are honest with one another. Jesus said, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. I did a research on Google. Looking at yes and no in all the languages of the world, or most of the languages of the world. And it's only one syllable. Yes, no. In Tenidia, it's u, mo. And in Mao? Very simple. Very simple. But it's very, once we get those two syllables, yes and no right. Yes and no right. Life goes right. But some of us, we have, from childhood, we have just cultivated the habit of lying.
And I
know some people who are such natural liars. That they lie even when they don't have to lie. So if you ask them, where did you go during the, what conference was this? They'll say, Children's Brigade. I know some people, even if they say good morning, you will say, is it true? Even their good morning is a lie. But learn to live truthfully. Being truthful can become a habit. Lying can also become a habit. Very quickly, courtesy. Good manners. I'll talk about this later in the evening also. Most of the people who excel in life, I've observed, are people who have good manners. Who know how to relate with people with humility. I want to thank our brother who sang about humility yesterday. It was a beautiful tune, and I'm sure it had beautiful words. And humility, gentleness, courtesy is a beautiful thing. But naturally, we are not humble, we are all proud. But these are things that we need to cultivate. Who are the people that you admire? People you know and admire are normally people who are courteous. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I really admire that man because he's so proud." Courtesy, good manners will take you a long way. We'll talk about it more this evening. And finally, and I end with this. Learn to live a life of communion with God. Learn to do things in prayer and with prayer. The great heroes of the Bible were almost all of them very gifted people. High caliber people. You talk of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, high caliber, nobility.
Daniel, Abednego, Shadrach,
but almost all the heroes of the Bible were men and women of prayer. Because no matter how we look outside, how we appear to the world, no matter what other people think of us, if we really know ourselves, we know we are nothing, we don't have it. And we need God's help. Learn to commune with God. I've seen, in my own life, I've seen great men.
Aya ko shro bzno ni ay ma ka chime pa je guzu ni.
I've even seen the former president of America, Jimmy Carter. And I haven't seen his life of prayer, but I've seen him when he was praying.
Ay po ko shro ma che ka pe ko shro li ni mo ana po ma ji chi pe ko bus li ay ni de.
I've heard the chief secretary of Hong Kong live. I've heard him.
Ay Hong Kong le chief secretary ko shro zan ni de. Ma prano ma shana
Chief secretary of Hong Kong, president of America, their life of prayer.
Hong Kong le no chief secretary so ko America le no president so ko bu phule ko shro za ma ji chi ka pe ko shro li no shro.
Forget about them. What about Jesus himself?
그러면서 캐나노 지수 그리스다 he is not there. 저거 이게
His was just a life of prayer.
에포코스버즈리 마치가 페코스가 리노스.
So these are some things that I will just share with you this morning.
수단은 해 그해 하나니 저 치투니 그러면 해 그해 그 베니아 베웨.
May God bless you.
라메 바나니 그미샤 비즘 소비오.
And may God truly do something beautiful with your life.
예스바 니코스는 노라메나 온갖 이 깔이야 무투토라 스팜 소비오.